Hey everybody. I forgot to turn my microphone on, so I am doing a voiceover on this real quick. I've got a 11 by 14 canvas, two of them, and one of them is still in the package, and I put a piece of saran wrap or cling wrap over it and then taped it with masking tape. So I'm going to lay my paints down on this plastic covered canvas. There's my cling wrap and the masking tape. And I'm going to take the other canvas and on it and leave it dry and turn it over and press it down. I'm using Deco Art paints. That is Dioxazine Purple, Purple Rain, and this is the Elegant Finishes Rich Espresso, which is in the cup there. The little one is the Emperor's Gold, Elegant Finishes. This was copper that I had left over. It's the just regular metallics, but some of the tubs, are different shapes than the other. Different purposes, but they all are acrylics, so they all work well together. And I love their metallics. So there's the deep purple, the purple rain, the gold, copper, and the rich espresso. And I have titanium white that I'm going to lay down on the plastic first. Don't remember what I was saying there. Putting on my gloves. I mixed everything 1-to-1 with Owatrol Easy Flow. It's a European company, and it's the same thing as Floetrol in the United States, but it's made for people outside of the US in case they can't get Floetrol, and I actually prefer it over Floetrol. It's a little bit more self-leveling. It has a little bit more of a satin finish to it when it dries. You can get it from owatrolusa.com or on Amazon. So I'm just spreading the white paint around on the plastic wrap. I do not add water to the Deco Art paints except for the metallics. I do add a little bit to the white and black typically, just so it's a little bit more fluid than the colors. And I did add OGX coconut milk anti-breakage hair serum to the purples and the metallics. I'll show you the bottle in just a minute. So I'm just putting a nice healthy coat of white onto the surface. The other canvas is dry again, and I did put push pins on the bottom of it to keep it elevated off the table, and so I can put my fingers underneath it. My plan is just to put color down on the canvas. I don't usually go in with an idea. I just kind of wing it. And here I'm using the heat torch just to pop any air bubbles in the white paint. This is a very beautiful effect if you don't put any OGX in your colors, but I had these left over from a class that I taught, and so they did have OGX in them, unfortunately, but it's still okay because they really made some beautiful cells, and you'll get cells anyway, even without the OGX in the colors. But I'm talking away. I didn't realize my mic was not on at the time. Here is the bottle of coconut milk. It is clear, and if you were to purchase it in the store, you have to look on the ingredients, make sure the dimethicone is the first ingredient listed because there are a multitude of coconut milk hair products out there and they're not all the same. It's also in my Amazon link below the video where it says show more on your laptop or on the down arrow on your mobile device. There'll be a link for Amazon. So my plan again is to just turn the canvas over after I had put the push pins in and to dip the canvas into the other on top of the wet paint like that. I might have said here that, that this is sometimes why I like to put my colors in a squeeze bottle because you have more control. I wanted this to feel very random. This is the Rich Espresso, which is kind of like a bronze color, but I really like it a lot. I like the brownish colored bronze colors. Some of them can look kind of rosy colored, and I like the brownish effect. This copper that they have is very, very red. It's a reddish copper, but it's really pretty. I thought it would be nice with the purple colors. I was going to drizzle. I tried drizzling in the middle first with the stick, but then I end up kind of pinching this cup and trying to pour it as well because it wasn't getting enough paint out off the stick at one time. And I wanted to use more of the gold, so I'm taking the canvas and turning it over and laying it right down on top and just pressing firmly. You can actually, when you do this, you can feel the cold, wet, damp paint through the canvas. So when you push down, you feel a cool dampness on your hands. And you can kind of see the pattern of the paint through the canvas you're pressing onto. But you want to make sure you're firmly pressing in the whole surface area so that it spreads out evenly. And so there's usually a little bit of suction that just naturally happens, and I'm just trying to release the one canvas from the other. So I kind of went off to the right, and therefore the direction went off to the right as far as the pattern goes. So just keep that in mind when you're separating your canvases as well. And I probably am mentioning here too that I like the one on the left that's on the plastic more than I do the one on the right that's on the canvas. But I like them both, you know, just as much. But I didn't get it totally centered because I did kind of swoosh it off to the right when I lifted the canvas. So I'm just adding white to the actual canvas piece that where the areas are. Okay, so I just realized that I didn't have my mic on. So I did all that. I'll just have to do a voiceover on the first part of that, since I cannot go back and explain. So this is what I stamped. This was my plastic area that I had my paint on, which I love that. But for this, composition wise, it's a little off center, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm going to try to manipulate it a little bit. So I get my palette knife, straw, skewer, who knows what I'll use. I like it for the most part. I added a little white around here. That's a little thin right there. I want to either bring it to the corner here or here, and it's closer to the corner here, so maybe I'll do this area. And I think, to add a little purple. So I'm just going to take my palette knife and add some, and I'll put a little of the lighter purple near it. And since the gold was the last color I put on here, it's the least that's showing in this one. So I want to add some gold around here. I'm just pressing down in it to get rid of the shapes. But right here, I'm going to put a little white and try to blow over it. I'm going to take that off because I don't care for that. I want just a little purple right here. Okay, I like that better. And move one of my lights so it's not so reflective, but I think I like it. Having a corner that it comes from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that this one is done, maybe. Maybe I'll just do some little twirlies. I never do twirlies, but I do like twirlies. So let's see if I can just incorporate a few of them in here. You have to totally wipe your skewer off or it will drag white or whatever color you've been into, it will drag it back into the color like right there. So it's important to wipe your skewer every time you use it. And then I'm going to heat it just real quick. All right. So there is this one. Now this I do want to keep on the plastic and let it dry. I am going to let this tilt a little bit. And there's a few shapes that I don't care for. I'm going to hold this up because I don't have push pins on this one. So if you see a shape that looks like something you don't want it to look like, if you catch my drift, you just blow it out or whatever, and that will help get rid of the shapes. I actually love to blow the edges out where they have these little puddled effects. It's very thick in this area here. It's going to run over the edge onto my arm if I don't watch out. I think I can live with that. I'm going to drag that a little bit. Okay, so this is on plastic. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it when it dries, but I'm going to keep it because I love it as well as I do the other one. So there's that one. It's dripping. So dipping canvases is super fun to do. I love doing it. It doesn't require a lot of skill level. You just use your colors in a, kind of a knowledgeable way of being complementary to each other. And, you can come up with some pretty decent designs just randomly by what the patterns of the paint create themselves. So it's probably a pretty good technique for beginners to try out first, besides, you know, just regular dirty pours or whatever. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Check out the links below the video where it says show more on your laptop or the down arrow on your mobile device. There is my Patreon page, PayPal, my Facebook group if you want to come join me there and connect with me, post pictures and comments, that kind of thing, or you can just sit back in the shadows and watch in Facebook land. But it gives you a chance to connect with me, because you can't do it on YouTube unless you comment below the video. You can't share pictures. That is also one of the reasons why I put the join button. I'm one of the few YouTube creators that's not in like video gaming or fishing and sports related channels. One of the few channels that I have the option to let people join for $4.99 a month, and that gives me one video that I do live with just those exclusive members where they can chat with me and learn more about me on a more personal level. So I did add that feature on my channel. I had the option to, that YouTube presented to me. So there's those. There's the Amazon recommendations link that has 300 or so items in it, but you have to click on the link to take it over to my Amazon page. You don't pay any different price than you normally would, but it shows the products that I particularly use, certain tools and, you know, different products. And you have to scroll through quite a bit, like if you want to find the pool trowel or any of those unusual items that you can't find in a regular store. And I think that's about it. I'm also on Instagram as Sandra Lett, so come over there and follow me if you will there. It's sometimes easier just to see all my artwork in one place on Instagram, and it's easy to message me there if you're interested in purchasing a piece. Some people say, do you sell your work? And I do sell my work, and so you can contact me through Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, or email me at sandralett.com through my website. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.